Hi everybody, today we're going to be talking about lesson 89, adding integers. Okay, so yesterday we talked about using an electric charge, like a battery, with positives and negatives in order to match up positives and negatives in order to find whether a set of charges was positive or negative. So today we're going to build on that, and we're going to talk about adding positives and negatives, but we're going to use a number line today. So a great example of a number line is a thermometer. So let's take a look at this first example right up here. Okay, a thermometer is a great example of a number line. So let's suppose that we start with a temperature of 0. Okay, so it is 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Very cold out today. But it's going to get colder, and our temperature is going to decrease by 3 degrees. So we're going to go negative 3 degrees. Now we're going to decrease another negative 3 degrees, and now we're at a total of negative 6 degrees. So if I was to look at this way, that would be like saying negative 3 plus, and that's hard to read, sorry, negative 3 equals negative 6. Okay, so let's talk about another thermometer. So now, suppose that the temperature is still 0 degrees. This time though, looking at this thermometer right here, okay, let's say it's 0 degrees. We go down negative 3 degrees, but then we come back up positive 3 degrees. It is still 0 degrees then. So negative 3 plus positive 3 equals 0. I'm going down and right back up the exact same amount. They cancel each other out. Okay, and then we have a third one. If we look down here at this last one, okay, so at this one right here, okay, we can add ones that have different signs. So let's say again we start at 0, okay, and now my temperature is going to go up by 2 degrees. But then we're going to go down 7 degrees. So I went up 2, now I'm coming down 7, so a negative 7. So 2 of those go back to 0, and then I have 5 left if I was to draw those. So 2 plus negative 7 leaves me with negative 5 degrees. If I drew this one out, I had 2 positive and 7 negative. Match those two, and that leaves me with 5 negatives left over. Okay, so let's talk about a horizontal number line, because a thermometer is like a vertical number line. So let's talk about a horizontal one. All right, so looking here at example 1, we have 8 plus negative 6. So I'm going to start by drawing my number line. Not a very straight one, but it'll work. Okay. And this time 0 is going to go in the middle. And 0 has to go in the middle because we are working with negatives now. So your number lines need to go all the way. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And of course your number lines that you draw tonight will be at least as neat as this, if not more so, since you're using an actual pencil. Okay, notice I'm starting with my 0 and working my way positive, going back to 0 and working my way negative. -6, -7, and we'll sneak -8 in there. Okay, so on a number line, whenever I go to the right, I'm moving in a positive direction. Whenever I move to the left, I'm moving in a negative direction. So if we look at this problem, we have +8. Okay, so we're going to start here at +8 plus -6. So even though it's plus, I'm a negative. So because I'm going negative, okay, this should actually be just negative. That shouldn't be there. Okay, we're just going negative. We are moving to the left, and I'm moving to the left 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 8 plus, notice it's in parentheses, -6 equals 2. Now some of you may be thinking, Mrs. Pendry, that's just a subtraction problem. 8 minus 6 equals 2. Yes, it is, okay? And we'll talk about how we kind of think about addition and subtraction in a minute. So at this moment, I want you to think of this as 8 plus -2, and that negative is causing you to move to the left on the number line. Okay? All right. Let's erase all of this. Actually, we're just going to erase the whole thing. And let's go on to example 2. All right. So now we're going to redraw our number line, because you're going to draw a number line for every problem. You may draw one number line and use them for all of them. Now I see here that I'm starting with a negative and I'm adding a negative. So I'm just going to put my 0 kind of over on this side. All right, we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, -1, -2, -3, 4, 5, -6, -7, -8. Okay, so this time I am starting at -1. Okay, plus -7. Because it's a negative, I must move to the left. So I'm moving to the left 7 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I end on -8. So -1 plus -7 in parentheses equals -8. Whenever you have a negative, excuse me, whenever you have a negative, you need to move to the left. When you have a positive, you move to the right, up the number line. Okay? All right, moving on. Okay, example 3. -6 plus 6. Now I'm going to demonstrate this on the number line, but what you need to remember is that whenever you have a negative and its opposite as a positive, they cancel each other out just like a battery and brings it back to 0. So 3. Okay, so -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so here I'm starting at -6, and now I'm adding +6. Now normally you will not see plus positive like this, but they want to show that this is in fact a positive number that you are adding. Normally you will see it looking like -6 plus 6. And if you don't see parentheses and a negative, you will assume that it is positive. Okay? Most times we don't put the positive sign on a number. So this time I'm going to move to the right because it is a positive 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I land right back at 0. Okay? This would even work if I went the other way. If it was 6 plus negative 6, I would go 6 this way, start up here at 6, and then move 6 back this way. I don't even know if that's right, to get to 0. Okay? So a positive plus its opposite in a negative will always get you to 0. All right, example 4. Okay, so this says find the opposite of each number. This is just what I was talking about in example 3. Finding the opposite means the same number, just with the opposite sign. Okay, so here for A we have negative 4. Its opposite will be positive 4. B, we have positive 9. Its opposite will be negative 9. Again, if we were to add these together, we would end up with 0. So any number plus its opposite will equal 0. Okay, your lesson practice is on page 662, A through N. Please draw a number line to help you. All right, you can use the same number line for A through D. That's fine. Try and use mental math on E through H. If you can't, use your number line. That's fine. Okay, and I will see you tomorrow.